See my wife. Get him, Tommy! Bring him over here! Bring his ass over here!
No.
See, Tommy? Why is it every single time
I'm sorry.
this guy always walks into our conversation?
No, I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Yes,
Please.
they can't
Please,
find
I'm
their
sorry.
business.
I'm sorry.
Huh? Hector, shut up!
I'm sorry. Please.
This is my last warning to you. If you interrupt me, and if you you see?
Sorry. Please.
If you ever interrupt me or my good friend Tommy here, your ass is going in the lake. You got it?
I'm sorry.
All right, get his ass out of here. Yeah, you see, this is why people have no respect around here. I'll see you back in NYC.
Yes, sir.
You see, 3WA, this what happens when you ignore me. This what happens when you put me into these situations. Slayer, Roadblock, Brickhouse, you all extended your hand to me. And I respect your offer, but I decline to join your little club. You see, it's all about the original family. It's all about Brickhouse. I belong to no one. I belong to the House of Gray, my own family. And you see, on April 23rd, me and Lawrence Spile, or whatever your hell your name is, we got Slayer and Roadblock. I'm done playing games. I'm the fourth man in this hardcore division, whenever you like it or not. Do you know, Santa, that people want me and JT Cage? Think about it. When your little blow up happens in May, all this little nonsense that Brickhouse and the original family have, I want it. I don't care who I have to go through. I want that hardcore championship, and I want it now.
Join us, fans, the fourth Saturday of every month at the Q-Mart for 3WA Wrestling Action. Call for tickets, 215-362-7184. Tonight, Professor on Carnage, we will see what?
We're going to have the Wolfman versus Anton Nathan. That wasn't on my format.
And we'll have Roadblock and Slayer versus Nicco Gray and Lawrence Spiral.
And in the main event, 3WA High Impact Champion Greg the Mechanic Manuel versus Sage Matthews.
Once again, your next match is set for one fall.
You already know who it is.
Well, fans, here is young Anton Nathan in a match that was not on my format. Was it on your format, Al?
Absolutely not, Professor, and I want to welcome all the fans to Carnage. We're back on Carnage, and young Anton Nathan, I don't know much about him, Professor, but this was an added match on this card, and, your first thoughts when you see the kid come out here?
Young go-getter here, passing out some cards, perhaps business cards, to let people know who he is. Again, this is 3WA Carnage. We want to thank you once again for welcoming us into your home.
And that music means one thing, Professor.
Yes, indeed. The Wolfman is on his way to the ring, accompanied by the lovely Chloe Rain.
Wolfman, a fan favorite, Professor, in Quakertown, and of course, in Susquehanna Wrestling Organization.
Absolutely, Wolfman. Many titles across Susquehanna Wrestling. A former ECW original. One of the heart and soul kind of performers of independent wrestling in this general area here.
And you always get on the hack guy. I wouldn't put it past Chloe Rain to get physically involved.
Will you stop? Chloe Rain has never broken a rule in her life.
Introducing first, weighing at 200 pounds, from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, the SoundCloud sensation, Anton Nathan. And his opponent is accompanied by Chloe Rain. He hails from the back of the Ryder truck.
Professor, you ever been in the back of the Ryder truck?
I have not had the pleasure. Have you?
Yeah, it smells like a combination of dog food and, sour farts. You know what I'm saying?
Good Lord. Okay, Anton Nathan from Bethlehem. Great wrestling tradition in Bethlehem. The Rock is originally from Bethlehem.
Yes, he is. Absolutely. Just had his 50th birthday, fans. The Rock turning 50 this week.
Yes, indeed. But enough about The Rock. Let's focus on the match ahead. As Al and I said, a bonus match, not originally on our formats. I guess that's why they call it Carnage.
Card subject to change, Professor. You never know. So you got age and wisdom versus youth here, Professor. The old school mentality there.
Absolutely. Handshake, great show of sportsmanship between the two. Collar and elbow tie-up now. Anton Nathan backs the Wolfman into the corner. Will we see a clean break? Yes, we will. Clean break. Anton Nathan perhaps trying to get the crowd involved in this one. I don't know if how well that's gonna work out for him, Mal, given the popularity of the Wolfman.
Right, the Wolfman's popular, and no matter what, Anton Nathan, that's what he calls himself, wants to get the fans involved. They're not gonna cheer any louder than anybody in this building than the Wolfman.
Very true. Wolfman now would push off from that latest collar and elbow. Anton Nathan looking like he's trying to regroup a little bit. Another collar and elbow. And looked like a rake of the eyes to me. I think referee Zach Carlucci missed it. Anton Nathan trying to get this crowd back involved with it, but after that eye rake out, I don't think the fans are going to be all that happy.
Well, honestly, Professor, if he's going to do, as you might call it, a heel move like that, I doubt very highly the fans are going to give him the response he's looking for.
I'll bet you're loving it, though.
I'm all right with it as long as the ref didn't see it.
Headlocks now. Wolfman really dragging it in there deep, working it. Headbutt! Whoa! And down goes Anton Nathan.
I don't want to be on the receiving end of one of those headbutts, Professor.
Absolutely not. The Wolfman now has the legs. Ooh. Pulls back. That's going to hurt the groin muscle. Wolfman now picking him up. Another headbutt. Down goes Nathan.
Signature headbutt by the Wolfman.
Absolutely. The Wolfman, he's not a technical genius here, but he is effective. Great snap suplex by the Wolfman.
He can still do it, Professor. You gotta give him credit.
Absolutely. Now with a diving headbutt. Another series of headbutts.
Yeah, he junkyard dog style there, Professor.
Absolutely.
Crawling on all fours? Oh, no.
Oh, I think we know what's coming next. That Carlucci asked him to get out of the corner and to, perhaps keep his butt silent.
Yeah, I'm all for that, the Anton Nathan not being in that position. Ow, what a clothesline.
Absolute great clothesline by the Wolfman. This match has really been all Wolfman all the time. Now picking Nathan back up, shoots him off, Irish whip, back across, catching him, and great forward slam. 1, 2, 3. This one is over.
Wolfman making short work of him, Professor.
Absolutely. You can never count the Wolfman out. And contrary to your slanders, Chloe Rain did not get involved whatsoever.
Well, she didn't have to. I mean, Anton Nathan, whatever his name was, he just didn't seem ready for somebody to caliber as the Wolfman. But look at the Wolfman helping him up, a little sportsmanship there.
Absolutely. Great to see the Wolfman picking this young guy up and saying, hey, great match, kid. And it was. What an encouraging sight to see to open up Carnage here this week.
Wolfman not getting paid by the hour, man. He short work for the kid, but yeah, give the kid credit. Stepping in there with the Wolfman had to be slightly intimidating and probably, but he jumped in there and gave it his all.
Absolutely. This is what the 3WA is all about, fans.
Nicco Gray. Saw your video while I was at work today. I want to just make something perfectly clear. There's no Brickhouse Club. You said about I had offered you to join up with our little clique. The thing was, when I extended my hand to you, I extended my hand to you in respect. Because when I went into that match with Roadblock, when he faced you, I underestimated you. I didn't think that you'd be able to take it to Roadblock the way you did. A man of your stature took it to one of the biggest men in the 3WA, and not only did you have me floored, I'm pretty sure you had all the Quakertown floored as well. But that was my hand to your respect. And even then, you shunned it off. And then you're talking about the original family. Let me tell you, yeah, right now, my focus has been towards the original family. And I'm sorry, man, it's getting a little hot right now. But as far as the original family goes, that's in May. We're only in April. Which means the main thing that we need to worry about right now is you and your partner. I can't speak on your partner. I really don't know anything about him. But I can speak on you. And the fact is, now Roadblock has Slayer with him and you have Lawrence Farrell. And yes, you're crazy. You're sadistic. I underestimated you before. But that's a mistake that won't happen again. Because now, where you have your mindset at this show, you got Roadblock and Slayer together, which combined can be 10 times crazier than anything anyone has ever imagined. So April 23rd, Quakertown, Nicco, Lawrence, I hope you two are ready. Because just remember, you two are the victims before the original family. We are not responsible for what's coming your way.
Stock up on your 3WA merch, fans, at every show. Available for as low as $20. T-shirts, all kinds of stuff, signed autographs. Come to every show and check out the merch. Professor, you can even get the Random Turnbuckle t-shirt nowadays during the intermissions at 3WA.
Absolutely, you can. Autographs, t-shirts. You can never talk to the wrestlers, meet the wrestlers. 3WA is all about.
There it is, Professor.
There indeed it is, and around the turnbuckle t-shirts.
Ladies and gentlemen, your following contest is set for one fall. That's a special tag team attraction match.
Well, strong words have been exchanged between Brickhouse and Nicco Gray here. Nicco Gray seemingly on a mission with this one.
Absolutely, Professor. Nicco Gray teaming up with Lawrence Spiral, which we don't know too much about, and by his own admission, neither does Nicco Gray.
Absolutely, and Nicco Gray, he is in a mood here tonight.
As usual, Professor, he's in a mood to fight, and Brickhouse and Slayer better not take this guy lightly. He's tough as nails.
Absolutely, they're going to need their A-game here tonight. Nicco Gray trying to establish himself within that hardcore division. Nicco now speaking to a fan, perhaps someone he knows.
Pro Wrestling's bastard son, folks, Nicco Gray, on the hunt for the hardcore title here in 3WA, that's for sure.
Absolutely, the self-proclaimed leader of the House of Gray. Now waiting on his partner, Lawrence Spiral.
Making his 3WA debut, Professor?
I believe so, absolutely.
We gotta continue to fight if you wanna keep living your life.
Interesting look for Mr. Spiral as we get our first glimpses of him. A bit of a steampunk aesthetic there going, wouldn't you say, Al?
Absolutely, Professor. You know, a little bit of an intimidation factor there coming out and staring down the crowd, wearing that mask and all that kind of stuff. But the only thing I know about Spiral is I've seen footage of him in other organizations that it's not 3WA, and he is one tough customer.
Absolutely, he is. This is going to be quite the test for Roadblock and Slayer. Quakertown fans, you know that music, you know that bass. It is the Roadblock Chad McCoy.
Former 3WA Hardcore Champion.
Absolutely. Someone that makes Captain America look like a communist.
Accompanied by Brickhouse, of course.
As always, Brickhouse in the corner. There you go. That's what makes Roadblock such a local hero, is love for the fans.
Wait till you hear this place erupt when his partner comes out here.
Absolutely. Slayer as well, a fan favorite. And in comes Roadblock, and out goes Nicco Gray and Lawrence Spiral. And there he is. That music can only mean one thing. The Jersey Shore Madman Slayer is on his way to the ring.
On his way to the ring, Professor, he gets there so quickly, I think he spontaneously appears. And then he tries to get out of his crazy straitjacket, which needs to keep him in at past 8.
Well, be that as it may, Slayer is here, and the audience is erupting. Of course, don't forget, fans, next month, Age Mayhem, you're going to see Slayer, Roadblock, and Brickhouse all inside a 15-foot-high steel cage.
That's the original family, Professor. Don't forget that.
Oh, however could I. But to the business at hand, we've got a big tag team match coming up.
And some pina coladas, Professor? Speaking of that, here he is!
Oh, for the love of... Why is he out
He's
here?
got a microphone, Professor. Let the man speak.
God help us all.
Always with intelligent words to say. Just you listen.
As many of you people know, I got a big, huge bounty on the head of that pathetic, psychotic fool. And now, since I got $1 million tax return from the IRS, I'm gonna put a bounty on your head as well. Hey, Nicco Gray, Lawrence Spiral, if you're able to put them out of professional wrestling for good, you guys collect the money. Hey, and one other thing, Nicco Gray, being that I'm so generous, hey, if you could put either one of them out of professional wrestling for good, hey, I might just grant you a title shot with the Hardcore.
Whoa!
How do you like that? Hey, back them up.
Little extra incentive, Professor, for Nicco Gray.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Yep, this one I believe is going to be underway.
Carolina Jim didn't even get out of there.
No, he did not. All four men in the ring. We've got absolute chaos to start this one. The hat guy has got $1 million bounty on the heads of both Slayer and Brickhouse. And, Roadblock. And you've got to believe Spiral and Nicco are definitely interested in collecting that. Of course, now Nicco, perhaps with a hardcore title shot as well.
All he needs is a win, Professor, but right now it looks like Brickhouse's boys are in control.
Absolutely. Look, $1 million bounty's great, but you're talking about two of the premier athletes in professional wrestling today. And look at that teamwork. Double back elbow, and Spiral is in trouble. Looks like we're going to have Spiral and Roadblock if Slayer will ever get out of the ring.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows the rules of a tag match, Professor. He's still kind of standing there.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody's going to tell him either.
Well, I know Lance Marshall's won't.
Well, you try to tell Slayer something. Ooh, great dropkick. Marshall's won. Count of one only.
I did try to tell Slayer something one time. He bit me.
Well, that sounds about right. Hope you had your rabies shot. Slayer now finally gets out of the ring, and Nicco Gray wasting no time. Nicco now costing a fan. And we've got Nicco Gray and Slayer action on one side of the ring in our picture-in-picture. And we've got Spiral and Roadblock in the ring. Nicco battering Slayer with that chair. Meanwhile, in the ring, Spiral in control of Roadblock in the corner.
I'm quite surprised that Roadblock's having a problem with Lawrence Spiral. I mean, maybe it's the fact that he doesn't know much about him, or I'm not sure.
Absolutely. Preparation is key. Nicco now sitting in that chair. Slayer, what's he thinking about here? Oh, that big clothesline Slayer does into the chair. Wow. Bet you that fan that Nicco harassed with the chair has got a big smile on his face.
Big headbutt by Lawrence Spiral.
Absolutely. Roadblock in trouble in the corner.
Oh,
big right hand.
Wow.
Spiral now signaling for something here. What's he got in mind?
Oh, stuffed an elbow right to the chin, Professor.
Absolutely, and looks like Spiral might be trying it again. Takes the elbow pad off. Meanwhile, Slayer with Nicco Gray on the
choking him out.
Yeah, nothing fancy about that.
I guess that's fair.
Well, it is the outside. They're not the legal man. It may not be ethical, but it isn't necessarily illegal. Now Nicco slips in the back door.
Look at this.
Oh, but Roadblock bends him off. Big right hand and another chop. Nicco in the corner, and he's in trouble.
Oh, big shoulder.
Absolutely. Roadblock now signaling. Oh, nobody home on that splash. Roadblock goes down. Nicco gets with Spiral.
Look at this double team.
Looks like they're setting for a double suplex.
Oh, they got the big man off.
Wow, what power. One.
Just a one count, though.
Yes, indeed. Nicco Gray visibly frustrated.
I wouldn't be too at Lance Marshall's. He can barely count to 3.
Will you stop? Now they're arguing with Marshall's. I'd say that's a very, very silly idea. And Roadblock makes him pay for it with a big double clothesline.
Powerful man. I got to give him that.
Absolutely. Tag out to Slayer now. Slayer is the legal man.
Oh, spear!
Spear on the Nicco Gray. Slayer now with the arm. Wraps. Ooh! Hard to the mat goes Lawrence Spiral. Cover 1, 2, 3.
They got him.
They got him. The bounty will not be collected tonight, and Nicco Gray will not be getting that hardcore title shot
anytime soon. But I mean, you know, you never know.
And the Jersey Shore Madman, Slayer.
Well, absolutely. I mean, down the line now, you got to believe that Nicco Gray's in contention, but tonight was not tonight.
The key thing, though, Professor, is Lawrence Spiral took that 3 count, not Nicco Gray.
That is very true.
But nonetheless, a victory for...
Oh, big double axe handle to Nicco Gray by Slayer.
Well, Slayer isn't done fighting. Never.
That is true. The match can end, but that doesn't stop Slayer.
Brickhouse needs to control that guy.
Now, I'm not sure anyone can control Slayer.
Yeah, the guys with the big nets and the white coats.
Well, that is very true. Big win for Team Brickhouse tonight. Wait a minute. Nicco Gray is attacking his own tag partner.
Well, he has an exception with him because he cost him a title match.
Nicco taking his gear back rather forcefully from a fan. They're having words, Nicco and Spiral.
Oh!
And Nicco looking daggers at Lawrence Spiral.
You know, this might need to be resolved in the ring, Professor.
It just might.
I'd like to see it.
Next show! His head!
Oh, there you go. Next show, Nicco Gray versus Lawrence Spiral at the Big Cage Mayhem 42nd anniversary.
Get your tickets, fans, for that May 28th show. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's free. It's free, Professor. But for tickets for future shows, call 215-362-7184. Also, visit us fans on Around the Turnbuckle on YouTube of 2M1L Media.
Every Sunday at 6 o'clock. Dawg Nation in singles competition this week. Very rare for them to do so. And as usual, it looks like they're making friends with the fans around.
The main event tonight on Carnage Fans is for the High Impact Championship. Sage Matthews is going to take on Greg the Mechanic Manual, Professor.
And as we say, there's Dawg Nation making friends with the fans. It's going to be Sage Matthews versus Greg Manuel, as my partner pointed out. Rather rare to see Dawg Nation in singles action, but I think folks forget just how credentialed both members of Dawg Nation are as singles, and they have held singles gold in other promotions.
That's what makes them great, Professor, because as good as a tag team as they are, one of the reasons is because individually they are quite accomplished wrestlers.
Absolutely. Not a case where I would argue that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. The sum of the parts are pretty impressive too.
Golden opportunity for Sage Matthews, Professor, but the Mechanic is taking on all comers. You gotta give him credit.
Absolutely. You'll recall Greg Manuel winning that title from Tommy Vex, who won it from Lucha Underground's own Cortez Castro. A lot of pedigree to that 3WA High Impact Championship, and a lot of that pedigree has been brought by the current champion on his way to the ring right now.
Greg the Mechanic Manual, Professor's taking on all comers month after month after month, defending that High Impact Championship. And just when you think he's seen his toughest test, he has another tough test, and this one is no different. Sage Matthews has all it takes to take that title from Greg the Mechanic.
Absolutely, he does. A more fighting champion in professional wrestling, it's going to be hard to find. And we're just about ready to get underway.
Introducing first, accompanied by his tag team partner, Top Dog, Alan Clayball, the challenger. Here resides from his bachelor pad, and he represents Dawg Nation. He is Scum Dog, Sage Matthews.
Fans letting them know how they feel about him, but they need to show some respect, Professor. Excellent wrestler, Sage Matthews.
He is an excellent wrestler, just his attitude's horrible.
70 pounds, and he hails from York, Pennsylvania. He is your reigning and defending 3WA High Impact Champion. He is the Mechanic, Greg Manuel.
Listen to that crowd. They love the Mechanic.
And why not? I mean, what's not to love, Professor? I mean, he's an excellent wrestler. defended all comers, good, bad, or indifferent, no matter what the size they were. I believe one of the title defenses is the aforementioned, what you mentioned, Ricky Reyes, or Cortez Castro, whatever you want to call him. But, every time he steps in the ring, he seems to be a bit of an underdog, and he overcomes it time and time and time again.
Absolutely. Usually, it's hard to say a champion is an underdog. That has been Greg Manuel's experience for much of the way. This one, I'd say your two competitors are pretty evenly matched in this one, as we now get ready for that bell and to get this one underway. Lance Marshall's asking if they're ready, and he calls for the bell, and we are underway.
Here we go.
Both men now sizing each other up. Neither one wants to make a mistake. Collar and elbow tie up. Sage Matthews pushing the champion into the corner. Lance Marshall's wants a break. Will we get a clean break?
Well, he stopped the count at 2, Professor, because that's as far as he can count.
Will you stop? Clean break with an attempted chop. Greg Manuel ducks. Beals Sage Matthews to the opposite corner, and Matthews a little bit off his game, I think, so far. I don't think he expected that sort of power out of the gates from Greg Manuel.
Yeah, I'm not sure if these two have met one-on-one before, but I mean, they're going to feel each other out, see what each other's got.
Absolutely. Collar and elbow, heel over. Attempted hip toss.
Look at all these reversals.
Yes, indeed. This fans, as always, I apologize. A high-impact title match, very hard to call and keep up with the moves that everybody's doing. But I gotta say, I think the challenger, Sage Matthews, is making good decisions here. He's trying to slow it down. He's trying to make Greg Manuel wrestle his style of match. Who knows, he doesn't want to get into a speed competition with Greg Manuel. I think that's really a mistake that a lot of his challengers have made. Kick to the gut, into a headlock, reversed into a headlock, flips him off, no, rolls through, coming off the rope, reversal, hip toss, block, hip toss, no, block, again into a roll. What a sequence, fans.
And Alan Clayball outside trying to calm him down, Professor. Just ease things down. As you pointed out earlier, Professor, Sage Matthews in the onset was trying to get him to wrestle his kind of match, but Greg switches it up, speeds it up, and wrestles his kind of match, and that's why he's got him reeling right now.
Ooh, great drop kick by Greg Manuel. I was just about to say, no one really establishing control, but the champion is right now. We've seen some great defensive wrestling here, but now here's the offense. Greg Manuel has him up, and he's making him think about it.
Look how long he's holding him for that suplex, Professor. Gee!
Absolutely. Greg Manuel with underrated power.
Wow.
And finally, down he goes. As we covered in the past, all the blood rushes to your head, and then you got that slam downwards. It makes that suplex all the more devastating.
Absolutely, Professor. And now he's trying to regroup with his partner out there. That's the thing about having a partner out there. He can calm you down and... look out.
Here comes Greg. And Alan Clayball correctly pointing out, hey, I'm not in the match. I'm not doing anything wrong. But wait a minute. Sage Matthews with a sneak attack.
On the apron.
The hardest part of the ring. Back first goes the champion.
That was brilliant. Did you see Clayball distracting Greg Manuel and Sage Matthews from behind nails him?
Well, it is smart, but it's also completely unethical. Cover only a count of 1 for that dastardly trick.
Hey, all fair in love and war and quest for the Impact Championship, Professor.
Yeah, I'll bet. Sage Matthews now in control. Open palm strike there. Greg Manuel trying to regroup. Sage Matthews jaw-jacking with the fans. That's a mistake in my mind. Another open hand strike. You can see the referee.
They felt that in New York.
Absolutely. You can see Lance Marshall's holding his chest. I tell you what, I think I felt that over here. Goes to the well once too often. Yes, indeed. Knife edge chop goes to the well once too often there. Hurt Greg's hand, but he's going for it again.
Listen to these fans go nuts when Sage Matthews takes punishment. Ridiculous.
Absolutely. Sage Matthews. Reversal. Big chop again. Sage Matthews doesn't endear himself to this crowd in any way, shape, or form. Cover 2. 2 count only.
He's in a bad way, Professor. Sage Matthews should regroup.
Absolutely, he needs to, but Greg Manuel, the champion, very smartly stays on and reverse with the Irish whip. Sunset flip. 2. No.
2 count only.
Sage Matthews goes behind, has him up, belly to back, suplex at a big one. Great elevation on that.
Let him think about it there for Professor. I think he should have covered him there.
I think he should have, but
A little late.
1, only a count of 1. Well, you know, a belly to back suplex, I think people underestimate how much it takes out of the giver. They only think about what it does to the receiver.
That's true.
And now here we go. Sage Matthews still in control of this one, setting him up, rams him to the buckles.
Right into your homes, fans.
Absolutely. Oh, kick to the gut. There's another one. Sage Matthews just stomping a mud hole right now. Lance Marshall's is on him. Hey, that's not wrestling. That's just fighting there. Lance Marshall's warning.
Look at that.
Come on. That's disgusting.
Oh, referee's distracted, but, you know.
Stay in the damn corner. I've said over and over again, why are these guys allowed out here without a manager's license? They're just up to shenanigans. Sage Matthews now taking advantage, picks Greg up. Modified snapmare into the headlock on the go-behind. Gonna try to put Greg Manuel to sleep.
Well, he said to wear him down. It's a wear-down move, Professor. Just kind of wear him down, take all the oxygen out of his lungs, just lean all that weight on his back. He's up already.
Yes, indeed. Greg Manuel fighting out these stands, solidly behind the champion, willing him back into it. Greg continues to fight, but Sage will not break. Just forces him down to the mat, his head bouncing off the mat. The champion is in a lot of trouble, but look at the challenger. He is equally as tired. These high-impact title matches, I tell you, they're fast and furious. It's really an endurance test.
It's non-stop. It's non-stop action that you only get here in 3WA Arena, fans, each and every month.
Absolutely. Greg Manuel, hard to the buckle. Here comes Sage Matthews. Big back elbow by Manuel. Sage Matthews checking his teeth, making sure they're all still in place. And there's a boot right to the kisser.
Please, Professor, don't mention teeth at this moment.
I apologize.
Whoa!
Up and over goes Manuel, hangs on though, punches, and slingshot, but no,
he caught him.
He was caught. Caught, big DDT, that could be a new champion too.
Boy, was that close.
2 3/4, probably 7/8 spans. It doesn't get any closer than that.
We almost had a new champion. Sage Matthews is shocked that didn't end the match.
Absolutely, I'm kind of shocked myself. That was an impressive move. Equally impressive is Greg Manuel's ability to kick out of it. Sage Matthews now regrouping, has Manuel in the buckle, Irish whip. Manuel hits hard, face first, another belly to back. No, Manuel fights out of it, go behind, into the ropes, clothesline. Up goes Matthews, big back elbow by Manuel.
Getting some new wind.
Absolutely, kick to the gut, Indy.
How's he standing? Look at that.
I don't know. Sage Matthews now into the buckle. And up and over goes Manuel. Hangs on. Another step up into Geary. Trying for it again. And Sage Matthews wants that DDT again. No, misses. Back elbow. Manuel, I think we all know what he's going for here. Yes, indeed. That big cross body. 1, 2 count only, fans. That one looked like a close one as well. These guys are hitting with the heavy artillery now.
And you spoke earlier about the resiliency of Greg Manuel. Speak now about the resiliency of Sage Matthews, Professor.
Absolutely. Sage Matthews impeccably trained in the OVW Academy by Rip Rogers and all the great instructors down there. Sage Matthews, he's a jerk, but he's a very skilled jerk.
Well, look at that reversal. Wow.
Absolutely. Fans, you are witnessing an instant classic here. I don't mind telling you.
They just reverse each other's, it's too much to call.
Absolutely. They're so evenly matched. Clothesline misses. Sage Matthews with the cutter. I think we've got a new champion. 1, 2. Whoa. I don't believe it, fans. I saw it, and I still don't believe it. That was 2 3/4. Sage Matthews can't believe it either. The heart and the resiliency of the champion is almost supernatural.
That was the closest 2 count in this entire match. Hits that cutter, covers him right away, hook the far leg. I thought he had him.
I hate to admit it, but I thought he did too. My God, Sage Matthews now, he is angry. He is absolutely fighting out of anger and desperation right now. What is it gonna take?
Setting him up.
Indeed. Look for the Shining Wizard, I think. Missed cover. He got him. Greg Manuel almost steals one there. Great roll-up off of the aborted Shining Wizard, I think. Sage Matthews can't believe it.
Impact Champion.
Unbelievable, Professor. This guy somehow, someway, pulls out these matches month after month.
Absolutely, and the fans love him. Folks, when you're filling out your match of the year ballot, I think this has got to be on there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you're talking in terms of 3WA, well, you might be talking in terms of independent wrestling in general.
I'm talking wrestling, period, for the calendar year of 2022. That was a phenomenal matchup.
Unbelievable.
And Sage Matthews, speaking of unbelievable, he's arguing with his partner, saying, "How the heck did this happen? I couldn't possibly have lost. I wouldn't mind a rematch."
Oh, me neither. He had him close, 2 or 3 quarters, as you called, twice. After the cutter, I thought it was over, and there was a new champion, but just couldn't get the job done. Dawg Nation. Cage Mayhem Fans is a free show on May the 28th. But join us every 4th Saturday of every month for some Q-Mart 3WA action. Call 215-362-7184.
And don't forget to watch Around the Turnbuckle Fans on YouTube and Facebook Live every Sunday at 6.
Next time on Carnage, Professor, what do we got?
We've got Tony Cheney and Suicide Myers defending tag titles against Rule Britannia.
And for the Extreme Championship, we got Evan Atlas against Alan Clayball.
Folks, thank you for watching 3WA Carnage. For the Big Albowski, this is Professor Keith saying thank you as always and good night.